Hey guys, it's Gears of 11 or EgoSnip13, whichever one you know me by. And this is a gameplay of Black Ops 2, and I am using the Vector K10. By the way guys, I do use terrible sniper kid, and I spawn right next to him. He feels ashamed. You better get better at this game before you could actually start sniping. But this isn't really about the gameplay. I have two tips for you guys, which I will get into later in the video, but I wanted to talk about this new commentator friend of mine. He's a PC commentator normally. I'm going to try to get him to upload Xbox games, because I want him to join my clan, and we just pal around and mess around. Here's the tip part. Alright, this is used by MLGs and some average players like me. They'll flash a guy and flank around, because the most average Call of Duty player, which are more like 9 and 6-year-olds, between those numbers, they will think just because they're flashed from the front means they're coming from the front. Now what runs through my mind when I'm flashed is find cover. What runs through their mind is push and try to see what through it. And if they flank around, you're screwed, because by the time that you get on flash and whatnot, you're already dead. So, you got a problem there, buddy. And this kid right here, my friend, I will have his link up in the right hand corner of the video and in the description. I want you guys to go check him out, especially if you're trying to get into PCs. He floods his videos with like these words that just blow my mind, because I'm not a PC user and I really do not like custom PCs and stuff. But I could tell him to make a couple videos to where he can like teach you how to put a computer together. He could do all this stuff if you guys ask him to, of course. But that may happen in the future if you go tell him. He's a really good guy too. Right here's another tip. Just because I was out of ammo, and by the time I could have been finished reloading, he could have been in the room. And I want to show you this real quick. Did you see how he was kind of strafing between like the pole and the cover of the wall? Since my teammate died, I might have not have been able to get that kill because of him thinking, okay, if I push forward, he thinks I'm already dead. So if he pushes forward, he shouldn't see anybody there. Or if he pushes forward, he could get the upper advantage on some people. But the way that it worked was I was still hugging that wall and he was still strafing. But he pushed forward, and it gave me time to pop a Simtex, throw it behind him, and then he shot me and walked backwards. This could be a very good tactic, you know, the walking backwards part, if you're dealing with a multiple person group and you have a slight chance of living. Because either way, you might lose unless there's like cover right next to you, which there was cover next to him. So he did the smart thing and strafed. What I would have done in that situation though is I would have ran down the steps. I would have sat up by the steps, had them to where they could only come to that door, the vault, pretty much. I would have them follow me into the vault, have my gun pointed right at the door, and whoever walked into that door would run into a barrel. And you know, you guys see me do some things like this. I noticed that there was a sniper on the other side. So I was like, this is not worth risking my life for. Because he's a bad shot, yes. But all he needs is a split second to line me up. And then I'm dead. See, now, if I was on his side, I would be crouched in the back. I would not have my barrel sticking out of the wall. But you know, some people aren't smart enough to do that. Or, I would not have my barrel sticking out of the window, sorry. But this guy did. and he gave me a complete figure. He gave me the upper body. If he crouched, he would have been head glitching. And what he was probably thinking is, I'm not head glitching, nobody would call me a cheater. But in reality, head glitching is so much better than this. Yes, he's camping in a corner. With an SVU. Sorry guys, my throat's kind of dry, so, you know, I gotta deal with that. But anyways, these tips that I gave you are pretty good in combat. And right here, see? I could have lost that gunfight as easily as I could have won it. It just matters your situation. If you're around tight corners, rush your corner. Not like rush the corner the guy's standing behind, but rush. If he knows that you're there, rush back around the corner that you came from. And then just prone on the corner, like that you see me doing. It shows half of your body, yes, but the other half is completely safe unless somebody flanks around. Which, in the occasion of Call of Duty, that's not going to happen a lot, because normally your team is right on top of you, especially if you're a good player. So, you guys have to, I want you guys to try these tactics out, and come back to me with what you learned. You know, if you're in a gunfight, you know, Call of Duty is one of those games that you could win a gunfight, yes. You can win a gunfight if you get into the situation where it's one-on-one. There's no cover around you. But if he gets first shot off on you, you have a slight chance to just turn around and blast him. But without that chance, which I don't take chances like that. I push towards cover. Simple as that. If there's cover around me, I use it. If there's not, I find a way to make cover. You know, whether I have to prone or I have to... See right there, this is stupid, but I had a very good reason to do it. When I ran in there, if you guys didn't notice, that's pretty much a death trap. There's only 3 exits. Or, I think, 4 exits, counting both steps. And it's not worth the threat, because if I could walk in there, there could be people camping, and then I could pretty much be screwed. But I hope you guys liked this, and please subscribe and like and all that stuff. And please go check out my friend's channel, especially for your PC gamers. You will all understand what he's talking about. And for your new PC gamers, go check him out too. I'm out. Peace.